ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zeke J. Bush. I am president of the North Oakland Business Council, and we would like to welcome all of you here today. This is a new beginning, and with new beginnings, it takes a lot of ditch digging. And a lot of the ditch digging has been done, but there's still a lot to nurture, to fertilize, and to grow. Each of you are responsible for the success of this endeavor. And I say responsible because each of us have a common cause in life, and that's to eat. And looking at myself, I can say that there are very few meals that I have missed. And looking around, I can see that there are others that might say the same thing. That having been said, I would ask that we bow our heads and each in his or her own way give thanks for this day as coming together as fellow business people of this community. The first order of business, I really don't know too much about what's going on. All I was asked to do is serve as host, and that's what I'm doing, is serving as host. This luncheon today is a creation of the Alton Ave Great Rivers Fresh Market Network, and it's a creation by two gentlemen, and others, I might add, that have brought this to fruition today. And they will be up here at the podium at a later time. So that having been said, you will recognize them when they speak. But again, it is a creation. It's a new beginning. It brings together producers and vendors in an arena of selling to the public and getting fresh produce to the market. And that part of this enterprise is the opening of a fresh produce market on Ridge Street, and then the use of facilities such as are here at the VFW, that is the dining area, as well as the cooking amenities. But those particulars will be discussed by each of the principals involved. The preparation of the food today has been by a combination of Ryan Gentlin and Jimmy Newton from Mississippi Half Step in Grafton, not the 1111 Mississippi in St. Louis. Forgive me. So the salads, the pastas have been prepared by them. The breads have been done by Senior Services, Inc. here in Alton. And the desserts have been done by a variety of vendors. What is the recognition of a good meal? The two gentlemen responsible for the preparation of the lunch are Ryan Gentlin.
Come on out, Ryan.
He's the fellow in the white shirt. And Mr. Newton. Each in their own right run great restaurants for the area, and already are obliging in terms of serving fresh produce. So please don't fail to patronize them. And if you have the opportunity, they'll be in the kitchen for the next several hours. Go back there and thank them, or whatever the case may be. But again, Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now, community work, had his own business, and now is with Liberty Bank, and is influential in terms of, as I said, what has transpired and what you will hear about. It's with great pleasure that I introduce to you Ron Tanner. Ron?
Thank you, Zeke. I'm not the founder. I'm one of the people who was involved early on. But the real founder of this is Ann Bromagen. Ann got the ball rolling on this, and there's a story behind it. I don't do it justice or service to tell that story in depth, but what I can tell you is that the farmers market is a big part of, it's probably the most fundamental business incubator we have in our community. And it's pretty cool to see all the thinking and all of the energy that comes out of someplace like a farmer's market. And my involvement with Alton Main Street early on really catalyzed a lot of this thinking, and the bank has given me graciously a lot of latitude to work in the community. And Dale, I sincerely appreciate that, and I think most of the people in this room do too. So we're thrilled to be part of this, and I'm going to stick to the script so we can get done on time. I want to give special thanks to Zeke and the North Alton Godfrey Business Council for providing the platform here today to introduce Alton Area Business Development Association and launch the Great Rivers Market Fresh Network. And Doug or Ellen, could you go to the... I forgot to bring up the PowerPoint before I came up here. You see it in the center? There it is. That's my daughter, Ellen Tanner, who has been engaged in a lot of community work since she's moved back here from Chicago last July. And I can tell you that she introduced me to the folks out at the La Vista farm, and fortunately they're next on my agenda here. That's perfect, because special recognition goes to Eric Stevens. Eric, would you please stand up? Eric designed our logo and provided that to us pro bono. He also provided a piece of artwork today that's going to be given away. And don't let us forget, we have about a dozen items to give away that are all worthy of taking home. So we don't want to forget to do that. There's a lot of ground to cover today, but La Vista also, Crystal, his wife, and of course La Vista was featured in the video that you just saw. They provided all the little plantings on the table. I forget what you call those because I'm not one. I'm not a garden green thumber, but I can tell you that they brought all of that in to help. They brought the resources for the salad, whatever was available. The folks from Three Rivers are a tremendous asset. From La Vista, along with, and I'll speak about some of the other folks in the farming business in a little bit. But I wanted to make sure that they were duly noted here because they've been a big part of today's event. And I understand that they still have a few shares available at the farm if you want to get in the game. So the Tanners may be wanting to get in the game.
Yes, the Tanners will be in the game.
I'm told that the Tanners are in the game. So there you have it. You can tell right away what my life's like. Okay. Again, I want to reiterate the luncheon. I was going to, she took my thunder, but I'm telling you, the folks Ryan and Jim both took, along with Michael Dewey's from Senior Services Plus. And Michael, will you stand up? Where are you? Okay, and Tony, would you stand up? The chef, these gentlemen brought all the bread, prepared it fresh. And it wasn't just about the bread and this event. This is about Michael being engaged as an advisor for this organization and for the Incubator and for the Food Hub, so that we do things the right way. He's the Director of Nutrition for Senior Services Plus and provides an awful lot of important background. Jeff Renardos and Stacy Harmon from Lewis and Clark Community College, Jeff is the director and Stacy is his assistant. They provided all the dishes that are on the tables here, and I imagine some of those will be picked up as we go through the presentation, but that was a big contribution to today's meal. And it gives you an idea of that's just a little bitty thing, part of what they're doing for all of us. I also wanted to recognize the other CSAs besides La Vista, and CSA is Community-Supported Agriculture, and Three Rivers Farms, RiverBend Roots Farms, and La Vista are three of the primary local farms that are producing an incredible product. And you find it at the farmer's market each and every Saturday, but you can have it on your table and you can eat it in your restaurants, and that's what this is all about today. We appreciate you all. Many thanks to you for being here today. Our Kickstarter campaign is right now. It's when you came in the door. And we continue, and your continued support will benefit us now and for generations to come as we sustain a really important part of our business culture. Let me introduce the members of the Alton Area Business Development Association, the Board of Directors, and we're also known as the Working Board. And I'll start with Karen Gunter, who is our treasurer. Karen, would you please stand up and remain standing until I'm finished? Karen is retired and has been helping us since day one. I've worked with Karen for about 3 years now in business, and she's a fine woman and an important part of this organization. Our Secretary and Vice President of Administration is David Fingerhut. David, please. Attorney, real estate broker, and business consultant. David has been working in and around the Alton area for many years, owns commercial property along Homer Adams Parkway, was involved in the development of Homer Adams Parkway, and we are absolutely thrilled to have him as part of our leadership team. Vice President of Education and founding president of this organization is Ann Bromagem. Ann, please. Thank you. And Ann is a retired educator, a technology consultant, and a grant writer. And as you know, that will be an important part of this organization going forward. I am Ron Tanner. I'm Marketing and Business Development Officer at Liberty Bank, and I serve as the Vice President of Operations for the Market Fresh Network. And I'll ask you folks to sit down because I'm going to be handing the podium here to the next person, our president from Lewis and Clark Business Department, Professor Doug Schneiderheinz. Doug, you can come and get ready to go. I've got about 3 or 4 more things I want to say, and then I'm going to hand it over to Doug to tell you about exactly what it is we're here to celebrate today. The fundamental organizing principles behind the Incubator were these: to leverage our community and regional assets, choosing to focus on businesses in and in support of food, retail, hospitality, and the arts. And a lot of people question the arts, but the arts go hand in glove with food and hospitality. It's one of the major reasons people travel to certain communities. It's because of the artistic culture there. So we want to make sure that we protect and encourage and nurture the arts community and build it into something that's absolutely beyond no one's imagination here, but something really special. We want to grow existing businesses, incubate new ones, and keep them thriving. We want to attract new businesses, and we all know that in order to do that, we have to attract new customers. It's the customers that are important. That's what keeps new businesses coming in and staying in business and thriving. How do we do that? Number one, we must collaborate, like in the form of public-private partnerships. And for that to happen, we must all share a common vision. We have to create the future together. All of us together. Why are all of you here? Think about that. Are we waiting to see what somebody else is going to do? My sense is that you're here to help this business community raise the bar and demonstrate a superior customer experience for every customer, every time. As a community, we must turn our piecemeal projects into planned-for approaches that sustain economic growth across the region. We must partner with all of the resources that, and you'll learn here just how many of those resources there really are. Our goal today is to inspire you to be part of a solution and a new economy. The Great Rivers Market Fresh Network will contribute to that by improving the business culture and supporting entrepreneurs like all of you in all stages of business. Entrepreneurs whose spirit is to leave it better than they found it. With that, I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, Dr. Doug Schneider-Heinz, President of APC.
Ron Tanner. Let's give him a round of applause. Ron works with Liberty Bank, but he finds time to do just about everything we need for the Elton Area Business Development Association. It seems like every time we have a job, we hand that ball off to Ron, and he takes it and carries it to the goal line. So Ron has really been an asset to our organization. Lewis and Clark, and I'm representing Lewis and Clark, but Lewis and Clark has also been involved with the Elton Area Business Development Association since pretty much the beginning. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a little about how I got involved. I was up in Kansas. The position came open here at Lewis and Clark. I applied for the position and got the position here. During my interview, I mentioned that I had some dealings with an incubator up in Kansas. So before I even started the job, I think I was starting on August 20th, beginning of August, the first week of August, Linda calls me and says, I want you to meet someone. So I go into a meeting, and Ann was there. She talked about her vision for this Alton Area Business Development Association, what she wanted it to be. And I think right now it's grown to something that we couldn't even imagine it would be back then. So it's just been just going on and on and on. Dr. Dale and Dr. Linda Chapman, they couldn't be here today. They had another engagement. But if they were here, I probably would have asked Dale to speak. And I don't know if you've ever talked to Dale Chapman, but anytime he speaks, he always starts off with a joke. You're the Lewis and Clark people. So, in the spirit of Dale, here goes. Let me try one here. I don't know if I do as good as Dale or not. We'll try it. So there was a guy named Paul. And everybody probably knows Paul, but he thought he was a pirate. And he wore the patch over his eye and said "arg" all the time or whatever. But he figured since he was a pirate, he needed a parrot. So he decided to get a parrot. So Paul, as a patron in the pet store, Paul the pirate with the patch over his eye, went to the proprietor and asked for a proper parrot for a pirate that pronunciates proficiently. That means he wanted a parrot that could talk. Salesperson took him to the parrots, pointed at one of the most expensive birds, and said, "This is the bird for you. His name is Pete." I don't know if you know where it's going here or not. So as a patron of the pet store, Paul the pirate with the patch purchased a parrot named Pete from the pet store proprietor and took Pete the parrot to his pirate place and put it in the parrot pen. 3 days passed. Paul the pirate's parrot named Pete did not pronunciate proficiently. Paul the pirate with the patch went back to the pet store as a patron to protest to the proprietor that his parrot named Pete did not pronunciate proficiently. Salesman said, "The bird wasn't getting enough exercise," he said. "Paul, you need to get a ladder for the bird so he can exercise. When he exercises, he's going to want to talk." So Paul the pirate with the patch, as a patron of the pet store, purchased a plastic ladder for the parrot named Pete in preparation for Pete to pronounce proficiently. Three days passed. Paul the pirate named Pete did not pronunciate proficiency. Paul the pirate with the patch went back to the paint store as a patron to protest to the proprietor again that his parrot named Pete did not pronunciate proficiently. Salesman said the bird needs a companion and told Paul to get a mirror. The bird, when he looks in the mirror, will think it's another bird and he'll want to talk. So Paul the pirate with the patch, as a patron of the pet store, purchased a plastic mirror for the parrot named Pete in preparation for Pete to pronunciate proficiently. Three days passed. Salesman sees Paul coming into the store, and he's running for the back room. He doesn't want to deal with this guy anymore. He tries to hide. Paul sees him and says, "The bird's dead." Salesman looks surprised. Paul said again, "The bird's dead." And Paul said, "You've been proud of that bird." Paul said he was sitting there watching him in the cage. He slowly climbed up the ladder, using his beak to help him up. Staggered over to the mirror, looked at himself in the mirror, just for a moment. Then he looked me straight in the eye and said, "What, they didn't have any bird feed?" Everybody laughs when you tell a long joke because they're afraid if they don't laugh, you're going to tell another one. Hopefully I did Dale some justice on that one. So what's the moral of this story? What's the moral of this story? Don't overlook the obvious, right? Kind of obvious that the bird has to have food. Right now it's obvious that the Alton-Godfrey area needs help with business. A lot of stuff is building. We've got a lot of things that we need to do. We need someone to drive that. It's obvious that we need more entrepreneurial spirit. It's obvious that we need to use our local resources. It's obvious that we need to take advantage of our tourism. This is our comparative advantage. I don't know if anybody takes economics. I teach economics, so if you don't know what economics is, you take one of my classes and learn. But we have a comparative advantage here in Alton. We have a lot of tourism. We need to take advantage of that tourism. This is how we must use our factors of production. There again, another economic term. But we need to use our resources that we have in the best way that we can. As Ron pointed out, Alton Area Business Development Association, or ABDA, is the organization and administrative body for the Great Rivers Market Fresh Network. The network consists of 3 delivery methods with sustainable relationships. Our network, as Ron said, emphasizes food, retail, hospitality, and the arts. So the centerpiece of our network is the Business Incubator. As you can see from the slide here, let's go back to that one. We have the Business Incubator. It's kind of the center of the whole organization. And this is what we had started out with. This was our plan, to have a business incubator that concentrated on those areas of business development. But out of this, and almost naturally, came the other 2 areas. The commercial kitchen and the local food hub, which is what we're kind of advertising today. The primary benefit to the incubator, to our accepted clients, is they have access to custom legal, financial, organizational advice, brand development, marketing, one-on-one mentoring, and throughout their partnership, they have that one-to-one mentoring with our partnership with Alton Area Business Development Association. If you don't know what an incubator is, sometimes a lot of people would use that term of business doesn't know what an incubator does. But if you think about it, same as a chicken incubator. It's somewhere where a business that's just starting out can go get resources, get help to develop that business until they get old enough where they can fly out on their own. They can operate on their own. And that's the idea. Existing businesses will also benefit from the incubator through analysis of operations, growth opportunities, capacity, competitive positioning, organizational structure, and marketing strategies. So it's not just the beginning businesses. There's going to be a reward for being involved with Alton Area Business Development Association, even for the businesses that are already successful. Second model is the commercial kitchen, and that's kind of what we have here. We provide further support for the business incubator as Alton Area Business Development Association manages the rental of underutilized commercial kitchens in the area. All the food was prepared here. This kitchen is going to be one of the ones that we're going to have for rent. You can rent by the hour, rent by the day, rent by the week. But the idea is that we have a low-cost investment for a startup business to use a licensed commercial kitchen. The license, and I don't know if you've ever heard that story. It wasn't too long ago in the news that a young girl was making cupcakes. When she made these cupcakes, she made them in her own kitchen. She took them to school and sold them. Well, the health department came in and closed them down because you can't do that in your own kitchen. You have to have a licensed kitchen. The story goes on to where some supporters came in and got her actually a kitchen that she could actually use for her little business. But there's a lot of people that have that problem. They don't have the finances, the money to put into a kitchen. A commercial kitchen can cost upwards of $50,000 to $80,000 to actually get the kitchen set up correctly. So this is going to provide licensed kitchens. We're going to have this facility here. We also have the Eagles facility downtown, which is going to also be a large kitchen that's going to be available for rent. Third part, and kind of what we're harping on today, the reason for this meeting is that food hub. We're kicking off the idea that fresh produce, fresh fruits are starting to come in. The local stuff, the stuff that's very nutrient, has very good nutrient quality. As a matter of fact, that salad you ate, it's fresh from the farm to the table. Nutrients are the strongest. You get they taste better. A lot of advantage to having the freshly picked products. Currently, the need for the food hub is providing logistics and distribution points, the users and the producers of local products. So the idea here is that we're trying to get the producers and the users together. We can do that at the farmer's market. There's a lot of people that go to the farmer's market and buy their produce. But there's other people who can't. So we're going to supply that connection, hopefully get those people connected to where we can have local products in every restaurant in the area, and availability of these local products for you to take to your house also. In addition to logistics, we will provide brand development of the Great Rivers Market Fresh Network. The logo we have here, Great Rivers Market Fresh Network. The idea behind the network is to let area residents know that members of this network are using local products to help bring the freshest possibility products to their customers and help with the sustainability of local resources. And anytime we mention that word sustainability, that's important. Everybody's in business is talking about sustainability. Lewis and Clark is doing a lot of things towards sustainability. Using local products, buying local products, cutting back on the carbon gases that are released when we ship products, buying as much locally is going to help the environment and also sustain our area. We'll also provide food handling certification training, facilitate education with nutrition, preparation, food workshops to people unfamiliar with the usage and prep of fresh, locally grown products. Our location has been selected and is under construction at the former Central Electric location on Ridge Street in Alton. There's a picture of it, right next to where the Turner Hall used to be there. As you see on the slide, we'll occupy the rear portion of the ground floor. There we go. And our friend from the Grassroots Grocery will provide the retail component in the front. The reason that we have this facility, there's a couple gentlemen who partnered with us that own that facility, Denny and Chris Scarborough. They actually own the facility.
Denny, you want to stand up, please?
Denny, where you at?
Denny Scarborough.
Denny and Chris Scarborough, they partnered up with us and they're helping us get into that facility. The grocery store we're going to remodel the front part for the grocery store. The back is going to be used for the distribution point of the food products. As you can see, I don't know if I didn't talk about that map. You want to go back to that slide? Oops. As you can see, the new location for the farmers market is right down. I guess it's part of the casino's parking lot. It used to be for employees there, but they've donated that for the summer for the farmers market. So that's going to be more of a permanent spot for the farmers market. But it's also easy reach to the Ridge Street property, so we can transport products back and forth. Restaurants and the grocery store can supply to the neighborhood. The food hub warehouse, the food hub facility will supply to the users, restaurants, and so forth. Also like to recognize Sarah McGivney, Christine Favela, and Professor Jackie Burns from Principia College. They initiated the idea for the neighborhood grocery. They're actually working on grants for that also.
Sarah, you on the first game want to stand up, please?
And everybody I talked to or mentioned here is going to be available after the program. If you have questions for what they're doing, they'll be glad to answer your questions. So right now, I want to bring back Ron Tanner. And Ron's going to give you kind of a snapshot of what we're doing financially. You know, he's the banker, so that's what he's going to deal with here.
Thanks.
Dale would beg to differ with you about me and being a banker. I'm a marketing and business development guy. So the thing I have learned, though, is he's taught me a great deal about budgets and the importance of budgets. So Ellen, would you like to step back into the seat and then move the slide forward one notch here? What I'm going to show you is, this is a kind of a summary, but at this stage we have to project what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to earn We know a lot about the business, and we've set this all up so that it hopefully will ultimately sustain itself, and we believe that we can get really close to that within a year. But the minimum numbers are important to note, and we have the revenue streams are what you see here primarily. Incubator clients, we're looking for 10, and if we can keep our stable full of 10 clients generating a minimum of $150 a month for services, you can see what kind of revenue that provides. The kitchen rental, we're looking for 45 hours a month on a minimum level. That shouldn't be too difficult for us to achieve. One thing that and one of the reasons we came up with this idea in the first place was the information and feedback we'd gotten from Madison County Health. They get 3 to 5 calls a week about wanting to know where a commercial kitchen rental might be available. And so they have been partnering with us in making sure that we're setting all of this up the right way. So they've, Aaron Proctor and the folks from Madison County have been instrumental in helping us get ourselves prepared on that front. The dues or memberships or well, I don't know quite what to call it, but the supporters for the Market Fresh Network or the Food Hub, we're looking for about 20 of those players right now. It's a $50 annual fee to do that, and so we have to be realistic about this. The Food Hub is not going to really generate a lot of revenues for us, but what it does is it completes the cycle. It's the thing that brings the circle all the way around and gets residents, consumers, wholesalers, all of them connected to the farms and to this food idea, to hospitality, to tourism, to retail. And all of a sudden, the synergy that gets created with all of that gets connected quickly. I'm going to catch up to my script here. But I'm going to get to the end of this budget by saying that the revenues that we're projecting just for the ABDA members, from here up, that's $32,000 worth of revenues at very minimal levels. We're coming up short, so we're looking at sponsors, we're looking at major gifts, we're looking at angel investors, we're looking at all of you to participate in whatever way you can participate. And I'm telling you that this room holds enough people and enough resource to make this all possible without anybody having to dig terribly deep into their pockets for it. So I'm going to tell you that those opportunities come in cash, and of course that's always welcome, but it comes in the form of in-kind opportunities. There are resources that every business or this organization may need that you can provide at very minimal, low cost, or even donate. All of those things are real essential components to the success. And it's all designed to ultimately return you business. That's what this is about. It's not getting somebody in the incubator and keeping them here forever. It's getting them in with milestones to meet and with opportunities to go out into the real world and make it happen the way it's supposed to. We just got a new client, and I want to talk about. I want to recognize two people, Joan and Stater, Dr. Joan Stater and Charles Murphy. Would you please stand up for me, please? Let me tell you the story. It's pretty cool. I met them several months ago, but recently we were having a business meeting, and I asked them if they knew about this business plan competition that was going on at SIU. And they said, well, no, we didn't know about it. I said, well, you need to know about it. And I said, the deadline's coming up real soon. They had an idea called Bonafide Catch to submit, and it was pretty much ready, and these people are prepared, let me tell you. They deal with the federal government on projects, so they know what being prepared is all about. I urged them to submit. They did submit, and they were finalists in the competition for the Metro East Startup Challenge at SIUE with their innovation that will identify and certify the authenticity of seafood, which is becoming, as you all know, a problem. Because you don't necessarily know if you're buying or getting what you're buying, or at least paying for. So they are on that road, and they just signed up with us as our new client. So we're real pleased to have Joan and Charles and TRL5 Labs on board. And they happen to operate out of RiverBender.com building downtown, and that's another little incubator all by itself. And the folks from RiverBender.com, John and Dawn Hendrick, are sitting down here as entrepreneurs and incubators and accelerators in our town already. So we appreciate that. I also want to recognize some folks from SIUE. Jim Pennekamp, would you please stand? Special Assistant to the Chancellor and Executive Director of University Park. Patrick McKeon, or where are you, Patrick? There he is, standing back by the refreshments. I should know. Patrick is the Executive Director of the Small Business Development Center at SIU and adjunct faculty for the School of Business. And Joanne DiMaggio, where are you, Joanne? Joanne is Assistant or Associate Director. What is your exact title, Joanne?
Small Business Specialist.
Small Business Specialist at the SBDC. So these folks put on that business plan challenge, and we have really enjoyed the opportunity of participating in that, and we welcome them here today in support of our endeavors. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to mention that on your table there's some colored sheets of paper. And I'd like for you to take a look at those. It may be a little confusing, but the idea is if you're an individual and you want to contribute, you can. We will take any contribution, period. But we recommend $25 for an individual membership. If you're a business and just want to support the effort that's going on here, even whether you use anything or not, we recommend a $50 contribution. And if you want to participate and actually engage in the, Ellen, could you back that up for me to right there? If you want to engage in any of these activities, right here, any of those resources, we ask for another $50 annual fee. So a total of $100 a year gets you into the playground and enables you to get in and use the resources and take advantage of whatever is available or whatever you might need. And we would like to say to you that, you need all of these things. Well, you don't need all those things. You need what you need. And until you have conversations with people and go through an assessment, fill out an application, go through one of our other partners, SCORE, Joel Bustetin, where are you? Joel, there he is back over there. Joel's the first chair of the SCORE chapter locally, and they are partnering with us on the intake for new clients, and will help you be prepared for what you're about to embark on. So there's another key strategic partner in this. I'd like to take just a moment. David, would you take the microphone to my boss, Dale Blatchford? Dale, would you take a moment, and I think you wanted to make a quick announcement.
Test.
Well, in the spirit of trying to help this get off the ground and support our community, we're willing to be one of the 10 sponsors at $1,000 level. So I just wanted to make you aware of that and encourage other people to look at that opportunity to see if we can't make this thing really add to our community. Obviously, we all need jobs. We need more jobs in this community. We need business happening in this community. And it comes to us to have to step up sometimes to make that happen. So just happy to make you aware of that and make that announcement. Thank you.
Could you put the lights on? The overhead lights back on. I apologize. There's some sort of Patrick right behind you there on put those light switches on for me. Thank you. Sorry about that, Dale. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask the staff and administration of Lewis and Clark, all in attendance today, to please stand up. Everybody from Lewis and Clark, will you please stand up? Doug, that includes you. Okay, everybody. Okay. They have committed many resources. Some of those folks are here today. There are others. One of the more important ones is their grant writing team, and they have a formidable team. And I think you can see the results of their efforts all over this community. We are thrilled to have Lewis and Clark as a community partner in this effort. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that commitment. So it's just critical that you know how important Lewis and Clark is to our community and to the economic development that we've enjoyed thus far. So I wanted to make sure that you were duly recognized for all of that. Now I'm going to read a list, and while I'm reading this list, I want you to ponder how you think you might like to support what we're doing here. I'd like to recognize some honored guests, and the first thing I want to do is recognize those who have been volunteering, running around all over the place. Brenda Hogan, will you stand up, please? Dee, please. Laura, please. I'm going to forget names. Bob and your wife, Katie, please. Stand up. I'm telling you, these folks just said, yeah, look at you. How about that? And that's kind of how it goes with this organization. That kind of stuff just happens. The other organizations I've been engaged in, it doesn't happen quite like that. But I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of hard work and that's gone into this. I can tell you that I've had responses from Congressman Rodney Davis's office about what we're doing here. Is Philip, are you in attendance today? I don't know if he was able to make it. He indicated he'd like to come. And Tyler Bontemps from Congressman Enyart's office also corresponded with us that he was going to try to be here. A special guest that we're really thrilled to have in the room is Ellen McCurdy from the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. Godfrey Mayor, Mike McCormick, where are you, sir? Thank you. Alton Mayor, Brian Walker. Matt Asselmeyer was here earlier. He's the Deputy Director of Building and Zoning, and I saw him had to fly out the door. But Robert Penamon, are you in the room today? There you are. Thank you. Greg Caffey, Director of Housing and help me, Building and Zoning, I call it. But that's fine. Okay. I like it. Thank you. Monica Bristow from the RBGA. Monica has been on this team from very, very early on. I'm going to say at the beginning, right? She was secretary for this organization up until just a few months ago. And we appreciate what the RBGA, resources that she's brought and her expertise. We're looking forward to really working out a good relationship with them. The role they can play with us is really pretty significant. We're looking forward to that one. I'd like to, Joel, I just introduced you. I'd like to also give recognition to Tom Hayes. Tom, will you stand up, please? Former mayor of Alton. Tom was one of the people to get behind this from the very outset and encouraged us to take this journey. And he and the city, even continuing into a new administration, have carried that ball, and we sincerely appreciate what you did to catalyze that. I'd like to also, and I mentioned RiverBender.com, John and Don Hendrick. They have provided a lot of resources, a lot of meeting space for us, and we appreciate what the Hendricks have brought back to Alton since they have moved back here, and the RiverBender.com community center. Important contribution. And I'd like to, I don't know if Millie Hancock is here, but I'd like to at least recognize the fact that Upper Alton, Homer Adams Parkway, Alton Main Street, and the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, they are all important small business associations that help carry this message. And we need to recognize those people and support those people. They are the foundation for this community. And then I'd like to wrap it up before questions by recognizing that we have some friends in the media here today. And one of our early supporters and speakers at the very first event we had for the Food Hub was Catherine Neville from Feast Magazine. And so let's please stand up. The Feast Magazine has, and it was kind of an interesting little side story. I'm going to tell you real quick. Crystal, you want to stand up one more time? As a result of those two getting together at that meeting, have developed a relationship, and Crystal is now a writer, a columnist for Feast Magazine. That's the kind of stuff that can happen, folks. That's the kind of thing that can happen. And WBGZ has had us on numerous times to talk about this. The Illinois Business Journal, Dennis Quirbaugh, please stand. I want to recognize you. He's the first one to really figure out how this works and then write about it. And it makes sense. So we appreciate the fact that you did that. And the Advantage News has carried articles for us. And, of course, RiverBender.com, the newsletter that we all get every day. And with us also today is Danette Watt from representing the Telegraph. So Danette, you want to stand up there? There you have it. It's a lot of people to thank. This didn't happen by any one thing at all. It's not going to continue with any one person. It's going to take all of us to do that. I implore you to look at why you're here. What do you want for this community? What do you want for your own business? How is that going to happen? We can either watch somebody else or we can do it. I urge you to do the latter. Thank you. Oh yeah, he went to the Bahamas, didn't he? And thank you to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, all of you in support of this today. We are taking questions, by the way, and if anybody has a question, there's a microphone for you. Right behind you, David.
Coming into this kind of late, how long have you been working on it? Since it obviously takes a lot of people to get involved.
2 years.
2 years.
Yes, I'm sorry?
3 years.
3 years. Ann's been working on it 3 years. I've been working on it for a little more than 2 years. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
My assumption is that Alton ABDA is a 501c3 and can accept donations.
Our status is pending with the IRS.
Has the application gone in?
Oh, yeah.
Then you can accept my $1,000 check and my challenge for 8 other folks in this room to step up.
We can do that. How about that? Why don't you tell us exactly who you are and
You need a microphone, I have a PowerPoint.
Thank you very kindly. My name is Renee Johnson. I am a foodie and a person in this community who has wanted to be involved in something and hasn't found that something yet. Perhaps I have now. This is part of an idea I've been kicking around with friends for about 6 years. So I am thrilled to see that we are moving forward in some way to do that. But I do have other questions. One of them is a very simple one. Is the incubator going to be available to folks who are interested in starting nonprofits? We have a couple in this community who are right at the point where they could use that assistance, and they can't afford me. I'm a consultant to nonprofit organizations, and they can't afford me, but they need that assistance. This would be perfect for them if, in fact, the folks who are involved are prepared to assist, are they?
we might flip this around and invite you to talk to us about joining our advisory board that can help guide us and give us the right kind of leadership and make sure we're equipped to do that. I would not say that's our specialty or our first focus, but I understand the importance of exactly what you're talking about. Many of the resources that we're going to have in this market and available for businesses and to move the market as a whole are going to come from the nonprofit community. And we need to learn how to coordinate and lead those people as if they were for-profit so they can become sustainable. You know, nonprofit doesn't mean you can't make money.
Thank you.
Ryan, can I add something to that?
Yes.
We as a nonprofit organization have went through that process, so we kind of know how to go through that process. We are partnering with SCORE. Joel, I know you work with nonprofits. I've worked with actually with a nonprofit that you're helping get organized. So we do have some experience. Like I said, it's not our specialty, but we have went through that process, and we have partnerships with other SCORE and other agencies who have went through that process. I don't think it'd be a problem.
We can't tell you how much it means to have you stand up and be counted. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's give away some prizes. Where's these? You got it all. All right.
Yeah.
It's right here.
There was a challenge there, I think, wasn't there?
I said, don't let the challenge go.
There was a challenge.
Good. We have a challenge on the table to step up and be counted as a major donor. We have $2,000 raised today, announced today. I'm hoping that we're going to see a few other folks consider that before we get out of the room. What do we have? We need to draw some.
We have 8. There are 8 gifts to be given away. Have they all been given away? I've got them here.
You have where are the tickets? He handed me the empty bag.
That was one of the prizes.
I know, it's but it's empty. I am. I deserve 2. This one.
I'd like to make one comment while he's trying to decipher the number. Dr. Snyderhorst told a Dale Chapman rendition of a joke. And the reason that the college is so successful is because of those jokes. Because he wants his staff to vision. Dale is constantly visioning. And because of that vision, we have probably the leading economic catalyst for the area. So I would implore each of you, much as this young lady has done, when was the last time that you visioned your business or yourself? Every one of us are entrepreneurs in life. Maybe only for ourselves, but we're all entrepreneurs. And all too often we are so concerned with other than ourselves that we fail to vision. Partnering, visioning, that means success. This area was once great. It can be great again through the efforts that are being set forth today. So go to it. I implore each of you to vision. Thanks. I'm not in charge. 8367648. 8367648. Karen, step right up. We have. That's the empty bag.
Yeah, no, this is a nice bag.
Oh, you're going to give that to her?
Karen, would you like this bag?
I was going to.
Or would you rather have one of the, what's behind door number 2? Door number 2. Door number 2, she said.
That was it. You got it.
All right, let's pull another one out of it.
This is a 80-pound cake that you have to take today.
And I have an important ask for you for another 1,000, please, as the treasurer of AABDA.
I beg your pardon?
God bless you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Karen Gunter, our treasurer, is the winner. It's a nice little reward for all your hard work. Thank you, Karen.
This is the fix.
671 are the last 3 digits. 671. 671. Jackie from the Eagles Club. Welcome. Come on. And grab yourself. Here's another. 539. 539.
Gift certificate from Jen.
Margaret, how unlike you to win something. Come on up here. Margaret Freer, Freer Autobot.
This is a gift certificate for $1,000 from the Mississippi Half Staff. This is another one. Another one.
558. 558.
Oh boy.
All right, Nancy. Nancy Gibbons from WPTZ.
You going to dive?
This is a beautiful bag.
Are you going to dive? Good.
Yes, give her the cake.
This is a flea bag from Marie George's, the cheesecake lady. What a multi-talented woman. 571. 571.
I have to get rid of this one.
Well, Dave doesn't want a hand.
Here, Ned. That's something you need. You have to take the whole thing. I'm going to cut it up back there at the table. Go ahead.
By the way, any checks that you might write to us are made out to AABDA. AABDA. If you put Market Fresh Network, just to the side, put AABDA, and that'll get it done.
Here's another.
I think I'm not holding to this.
Why don't you
He's going all over the place. 546. 546. All right, man. Man Connie, a retired florist in the market, legendary.
Could you give that?
Come on up, Dan.
Give that to Van, that young lady coming up there.
580.
That's another
580.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, Monica.
Monica, we have this is Luciana. Fresh cake.
550. 550. I don't know this young lady, but I'm grateful that she's come something. Find out who that is. Paula Newton. Carla. Oh, you're Jim's. This is Jim's wife from Mississippi Half Step, the other half stepper.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Carla. It's nice to meet you.
We have 33 more gifts to give out.
Okay. 676. 676.
Tickets, that's for church.
Cherie Schrader. Abby, copying, graphic design. Right.
This is from last week's drawing.
663. How many we got left there, Steve?
30.
Okay, 663.
I don't know.
Jim.
Jim.
All right, Jim Marshall, the chef at the Eagles. He provided one of the wonderful desserts today.
One more.
And the final gift goes to 589. 589. Who's got that? All right, Joel Houston from school. Thank you, everyone. There is one thing I do want to... Oh, wait, we have this bag. I've been holding this bag.
Hope you can still win.
That's a lovely flea bag. I'm sure it's 613. 613. Diane White. Thank you, Diane.
That must be what it is.
These tickets?
I think it's important for you to know what we're going to use this money for, Tom.
You should have, that bag is also a gift.
Oh.
And you should have a print.
Community.
You have the printer, okay.
Okay. Community, this is a CSA bag. Okay. And, pardon me?
That's
From our friends at La Vista, as was the print. 704. 704. And you get all the tickets too. All right, Jeanette. Oh man, we could have an integrity issue here. The last thing I want to tell you is that the money raised for today's 50/50, which all of it, 10% of it went to the council. They gave us 90%, and we're giving half of that to the VFW. The VFW has been a gracious partner with us since we proposed the idea. We've been working with them for about 8 months, trying to get to a point where we could do something like this. The very same opportunity is happening at the Eagles Club. We're trying to take underutilized kitchens and bring them to life and share the revenues that we get from that endeavor. And those are the kinds of experiences that can be gained from association with this organization. So I want to thank everybody for this. And we want to thank the VFW and all their members who have helped clean and helped present today and provided an awful lot of resources. And they're very proud to have us. So we appreciate and so grateful to all of you for coming today. Thank you so much.